Gyro combination. It scales very well.
Okay, yeah, that's for me. I have no, like, I haven't seen a game with this Master Gyro, so I'm very intrigued to see how it's going to be able to shape up at the moment. I don't know how potent it is. I've got to take your word for it and see what they're going to be able to do out of Geek fam, because a big thing for me is just the potential in SMG with how scary their team fight can look. And with that being said, Geek fam, they've got pretty scary team fight too. A lot of it's going to be dependent on how big of the axe calls we're going to get out of force in this offlane. There is that wombo combo, but like, man, if these eggs can go off, even if they're not the greatest, they can just protect the Drow Ranger and enable her to fight, because again, it is a Drow versus a Gyrocopter. It is, you know, still this kind of agi hero that wants to be really in the middle of the fight. So, you know, let's see what mid one's going to be able to do. She has some decent heroes to be able to protect her, but another thing is, like, is this...
See you later, nerds.
We know that the Vengers are core.
That was
pretty much
unreal.
always rush the sector. And he could be pretty useless for the first 18
I've always
minutes.
wanted to be a
Could
giant
that
space
be
crab.
A big window here for the Invoker to
always
potentially
wanted to be a giant
rotate and like
space
an
crab.
early blink out of force as well to be super active?
Yeah, I like that analysis, because honestly, the Venge, she feels like half a hero until you get the Aghanims. She doesn't really facilitate that many big moves. She doesn't pressure tower that much. Once she gets Aghanims, she is a non-stop goer. So maybe that's a power spike to play around early on here. We'll see how much they can enable the Invoker, who did go for the X-Sword level 1, by the way, which I have to say that I generally...
The battle begins.
agree with, but if they jump someone, they could add that 200 damage Sunstrike here.
Like right now, potentially onto R2.
Oh yeah.
I should be able to set up for the Sunstrike. We're gonna see it. It's a bit too late though, man.
Okay.
They're gonna have to use another blood grenade, but you really want to get those kills. That's our Sunstrike that might be on cooldown for the range creep, which we see very much used often for the Invoker. So you get the kill, but like, it's a minor thing.
Yeah, and you want the first blood as well. When you're the mid Invoker, you know, you spent that 175 mana, so you want to get something for it, but didn't really get the kill. I guess it was just a little bit of a miscommunication, or like didn't call that, you know, go now, go now. He was going towards mid and blocking. There we see that Sunstrike, at least he does get the range creep, but that means he's down to 100 mana already. Using 2 Sunstrikes, that's so costly.
It is indeed. So, you know, game 1, MVP went to Kokz. Game 2 went to Mr. No One. And like you said, these are both kind of mid laners that play very rotation heavy. I do wonder how different that's going to be now with the X-Sword Invoker on Kokz, and kind of what, you know, is 10 minutes is going to look like once we hit that stage. Let's take a look at top lane, because this is, you know, something you were mentioning in particular, like with the Master Gyro. Do they ramp up in power as the game goes on, or is this a pretty strong laning duo as well?
It's pretty strong laning. They need to get sidekick though. He skilled the Q on Marcy for the first blood there, which was a good idea. I mean, obviously they got it as well. But once they get a point in flat cannon and they get the sidekick, this lane starts becoming pretty damn annoying. The Gyro just keeps life stealing up. Bottom lane, we see a bit of trading here, but they're gonna be completely fine. It looks like it's the Drow backs out from the Rubik's right clicks here.
Are we already considering on mid one to be thinking about something like a Scepter? I think Arfu should be fine. Yeah, got a Sunstrike. I don't know if that's going to be off the mark again, so no mana now in Kokz.
Expensive. They don't have the longest stun durations yet, so it's a little bit hard for him to land the Sunstrikes, I guess. But I mean, with the only missile, you should be able to connect them, just not really getting them here. But yeah, sorry, this top lane, man, they keep fighting here, going for tower now.
Grenade's going to be committed. Scam should be able to give him some breathing room. Might have just jumped into his own death, though. This damage from Mastros and Arfu continuing to be pumped out, but the round of the missile won't be there in range. But yeah, the reason why I brought up the Scepter on the Drow is because, you know, we spoke about in the draft, like the Gyrocopter relying on Satanic. Now you're going to be able to pick up that extra lifesteal from the sidekick. So do we think this is something that mid one would be considering with his Aghanim Scepter with the hypothermia?
Yeah, I think it'd be a pretty nice addition. I mean, Aghanims is an item that a lot of people just enjoy going for. On Drow, it's a lot of damage increase in general, so it's pretty amazing. Top finally, Sunstrike, gonna land.
Now look at the kill. Afu, can he trade though? On's going to try and juke through, but the Tango will be going through the trees, and unfortunately, but the body blocks aren't enough. One more right click.
He's faster. He's got 10 movement speed.
Oh no, dude, he got away. Oh.
The regen, and they're getting out of tower as well, just passively regening up here. 2 points in the flat cannon now, but Venge is back, and Jara has to be very careful. So low HP here, and you know if he steps up to do any form of last hitting, Masaros is going to be immediately jumping him. And with this big creep wave, it's a bit tough, man. You're losing CS if you don't contest the creep wave here.
You're going to be able to block the pull as well. Nicely done. So yeah, Geek fam, even though they get the kill, they are definitely losing a lot at this top side.
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom
come out though
tower
and
is
repair
under
some of the
attack.
damage. So looks like he'll be back in fighting shape on Ulna. Momentarily, they're going to go at him once again. And we saw some skim step out of the lane. So again, Ulna just loses 500 health.
I mean, this is so painful for Ulna. It's having a really tough time. He does have the boots early here though, so that might help him stay alive. But look, anytime he comes close, the bench just throws up one of these magic missiles, 180 damage for 95 mana. Another one on Scam.
Alright, dude, this lane, what is going on? So much action. It's not going to be enough damage.
I mean, they're trying to support it with Sunstrikes. They're throwing so many up there, but still they're losing that lane pretty handedly. The poor Jara only has 8 and 3 CS, so not able to really even go close to the creep wave here. Okay, let's look quickly towards the other lanes, because it's so mesmerizing, the top lane. When you get caught up in it, bottom lane we see a lot of damage here onto Force. Looks like he might go down to the multi-shot combo here.
Yeah, nice read as well. They know that the Rubik has been leaving the lane always at this minute interval to make some stacks, which Narman has got plenty of stacks to go for Force, but as soon as they see him start to move on over, they know that the axe is vulnerable, so a great timing for SMG to make a go.
Yeah, doesn't get the Ancients on this one. One of the creeps decided to not cooperate, but he does get the big camp at least. But bottom lane looking really good as well here. SMG just getting pretty good start to all the lanes. Mid lane even, no one is leading the way in the CS chart as well. 29 and 7 versus the 24 and 2 on Invoker. Now this Gyrocopter, we left and we talked about other lanes for like, you know, over a minute there, and he got 1 CS during that time. It's so tough out there.
I don't know if I've seen a Gyro lose a lane as badly as what we're getting. Skem shows up, he's just free food. They'll find a double stun, but now they'll go for Ulna. Dude, Afu already been level 4 as well, having 2 points in Astral Spirit means he's doing stupid amounts of damage, and you might just, I mean, you might just need to send him to a jungle. At least you are at this Mighty Mines area, so you're going to get the extra regen. He's even going to make a stack as well, but usually the power of the Gyro, from what I've been seeing, just flat cannon, stop the lane, go back, and usually you're not contesting the lane because you've always been able to deal with the creeps, but we're not seeing that be the case at the moment.
Jumping on the bench, might get a return kill here, but TP coming in immediately from bottom.
Can they take the Sunstrike? They do. Nicely done. Making sure Mastros isn't even going to go down to that extra help from Kokz.
I did not expect them to be this dominant in the lane. Afu and Masaros are just putting on a clinic on top lane. This lane, I mean, it's a potent combo, but I didn't expect them to completely dominate Marcy and Jara like this, because it's pretty strong in its own regard. Some of it may be going back to the, you know, the idea here of trying to Sunstrike and trying to combo, and then they just get the combo wrong a little bit and, you know, overextend on the side of Geek. But yeah, they're just not getting the farm they need on the carry.
I don't know what happened to the hard stack. I don't know who actually took the hard stack, but it's completely gone.
Axe made a move over and took the bottom camp there. Yeah, so they got it themselves. No steal was allowed there. Puck was kind of busy moving over to the top lane. But
even then, dude, like, even after that stack, take a look at the net worth, 900, make it 1,000 difference between mid one and Force down bottom. So even though he was able to get that big stack, it doesn't look like it's mattering too much at the moment.
Yeah, and there's also 1,000 gold difference almost between the offlaners. The Venge out farming the Axe, having a very good start here.
we said like Venge is quite useless for a decent chunk of this game. Like your lane is very, very strong. Don't get me wrong, but at the stage where we're going to see like a lot more plays happen on the side lanes and across the map, you can definitely feel the weakness of this hero, but she's going to have a great timing of the scepter if it keeps going at this rate.
Yeah, this is going to be an absurdly early Aghanims for him, and he's got great stats now as well with the double bracer, magic stick, and he got the occult bracelet as neutral item. Definitely the best in slot for him in the tier 1 department there. Power rune did go the way of the Invoker, so got himself a shield rune here. No bottle refill for no one, making it a bit hard for him to make a rotation towards the side lanes. But his side lanes are doing so good, he doesn't really have to make rotations on puck.
What do we feel like no one...
Have the Dragonlance and start making rotations. Speaking of which, the DD Invoker is coming up top to try and salvage this push.
Swap back into the edge. It's going to have some reinforcements here, but it's so important that he's going to be able to get out of danger because now Geek fan, they can look to turn it back around, but even mid one feels the importance of showing up to the team fight. They're going to be lacking the damage currently as Kokz has got plenty of stats, but no one early movement out of him. A great mirror of his rotation to the top side helps him get the kill onto Kokz's Invoker, and now with all the numbers they
Keeping net worth at 11 minutes, but Masaros is huge, and this spells trouble. Once he gets Aghanims and then, you know, 15 minutes, get the shard early on, he becomes a menace. It's so difficult to deal with. Even if you kill him, he will just keep going. He even gets stronger, you know, getting extra movement speed bonus. So yeah, I think we can see a very, very aggressive game coming out from SMG. I think they're gonna blow Geek out of the water here with the laning stage open like this.
Oh, Discord lag, okay. I don't like seeing admin. Like, I see that, I feel like there's something going on. I thought maybe someone disconnected, couldn't rejoin or something like that.
Oh.
Right, just some Discord issues, but yeah, back on this Venge though. He has, like...
Yeah, this move is again without the carry though, so I'm missing some damage. You see the ET could get him.
Should be able to blow it off. Can they get out afterwards? Because no one off the back of the haste is going to be able to react. Ult all the Rubik into place. And that should be an easy kill onto Namen as well.
They should get him still. No way to run away from this. The haste rune too much.
He's really making him work for a dude. Let's back up. They'll get him. Also, Courier as well is going to go down.
Yeah, so they get one takedown, but that was just a support kill, so nothing really major there. And the push is coming in. Looking for no one perhaps here.
What is that, dude? The perfect timing. And now they're going to be able to get the kill onto Kokz. Look at the rotation. SMG was so rare. Everyone is here. They knew exactly what was going on. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Scam as well.
Man, that was unreal timing by no one.
That he's working with. Pretty good ward on the high ground for SMG. They're going to finally see Geek fam coming outside the base. Again, the core is going to be on to 2 with a Sunray damage scan. Should go down to start the fight, but the Glimmer Cape's going to buy him some space.
Venge is hunting. He's coming.
On the front line, though, and Masaros is going to be able to cut him off. They'll cancel the blink on Force. Tries to make him with a high ground, but the call to Venge really doesn't get them too much out. You have to fight. There is no escaping now for Geek fam. As they're stuck on their high ground, though. Invoker will buy big kill onto no one. Invoker's still going to go down, but he's going to buy back to look to rejoin as well as Januel. Also going to get caught out as well as finally Geek fam. They'll take a fight. They'll find 3. Yes, you've got to use that buyback a little bit unnecessarily. But we will see some signs of life out of Geek fam. They are not going to go down without a fight.
Question is if they can get something more out of this now, though. They do hold and they don't lose more in this game, but Roche is on the menu and the respawns, they're pretty quick coming out from SMG here. I still think they're going to be able to easily fight towards Roshan. And Geek, they need to just get the gyrocopter over there. You see the line being drawn by Olnit. He's like, I'm going this way. I'm coming, guys. Daedalus almost ready here for him. He's very, very close on gyrocopter. Low commitment, but they're standing in great position with ET and Venge.
Scan. He's going to lead the charge, and he might be first to die as well. Masaros is so far in the front line, and it seems like he has nothing to fear when they're forcing big one. They're going to be able to tries to turn his mob with the flank seen out of them start to go their way, and they want to capitalize as they'll also get Januel in front of the rift, and they're not done just yet. I think they got a glimpse of no one in the tree line.
Oh, he's gonna get out.
He's hunting.
He's gonna get out, but that means that they're losing Roche here. They didn't have the power of buybacking and coming back into the fights, whereas Geek did, and great jump by Force, who got onto the Drow, kept him in place while the Gyro was just laying into auto attacks. Looked like it was gonna start out to be a good fight, but Force was on point with the catch on the Drow Ranger there, just being patient, not jumping anything else until he saw the positioning on Drow. This is also where you gotta think, if Venge goes for an aggressive swap like that on Rubik, is that sacrificing a little bit too much perhaps, because Axe jumping your Drow?
God, it's important if Geek Fam can get to this high ground first and start to get some big...
Oh no, Rubik.
Inside the river. And that squishy support, ever so reliant on his position, is going to be picked off first. And that's a dieback as well for Rubik. So it is a guaranteed 4v5. And look at the core SMG. I think they just drawn out top lane. They want to try and shove the boys on Geek Fam back inside their base.
I would almost have liked to see them just chase there, because if they were to take the fights, you know, hunting after them, sure, it's up a high ground, but maybe they could get a fight where it's actually 4v5. I guess they can still get it in time here though, as Rubik still has 45 seconds in buyback.
Swapping through, there's a lot of damage on the drop. Already on it. He's just gonna get blown up to start, and Masters, if he wants to, can look for a swap back outside the base. He's trying to get closer, but a pretty good orchid from Kokz is gonna prevent that. They're using nothing for that Aegis kill.
Yeah, so cheap.
He's going to be able to get no one, and the cull is out as well. But this is a super heavy investment. Geek Fam, buyback on multiple. They need more kills. Can they get mid one? Any stuns? There wasn't one available. Oh my god. Januel at least, but you needed so much more than that to make it a worthwhile fight in the end.
That TP out right in front of their face, that has to feel so bad. Mid one just correctly identifying this was a good timing to press the TP there, gets out safely, and 2 buybacks used. The buyback on the Gyrocopter as well as the Axe. Really gonna set them back here, and you can see the desperation on Gyro now. He's queuing up the Rapier after the Satanic, but I think it's gonna be a little bit too little too late here. With him not having buyback available, SMG can just group up, go again, swap him in, and I really want to go back to what happened there at the start of the push. The Drow Ranger with the Glacier just standing. She doesn't have any high ground mischance because she's standing on a high ground herself, and she can just lay in the right clicks onto a Gyro. I see him using it again, scouting a bit with it.
Cool play with the vision as well then as well. But
also, a huge part about this that is worth mentioning, they did change the Glacier to make it so that you don't lose your marksmanship, even if you get jumped, if you're standing on the Glacier. So if Axe jumps him, but he gets the Glacier off, then it's gonna be a little bit hard to bring down. There we see the replay, yeah.
It just feels like we're going to continue to see through a lot of these fights, a team fight for SMG just will be much easier to execute when you have an Egg and ET that can easily protect the Elder Titan, when you have a Venge as well that can also do that.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree, 100%. And all of it comes back to Masaros, right? That offlane Venge is so huge in this game. She's keeping very relevant in farm. She has a butterfly, for God's sake. She can just run in. And this Venge is right-clicking for some really big damage. Never mind the chaos she causes just by swapping people around and stunning them.
Astros, what are they looking for? A ward into a swap out? Scan. So cool. There we go. Back if he dies, it might just be the gem is going to be left now for Geek Fam. They're going to lose the Axe as well. One fight, SMG.
They know their beats, yeah.
No remorse, and they're going to be able to take this series as well. They will knock Geek Fam down to the lower bracket. This team looks super solid in game one, but the response from SMG